Hi, Scorpio Sun and Rising. Welcome to your April 2023 Astro Update. It's Raina here. Well, you're going to have the last eclipse in your sign in May, in early May. And as eclipses go, sometimes they are felt in April. So it's possible that you will be greatly impacted even in the month of April, Scorpio. But this is also because there are going to be transits in your opposite sign of Taurus. And this, we have Uranus in Taurus. This is the seventh house of committed partnerships. So, Scorpio people, in the past few years, those of you who are coupled may have found that your love life, if you have been in a relationship, has been um, a little bit of a what was I gonna say? Maybe some curveballs thrown at you. If you have been planning a marriage, perhaps you've had to keep, what do you call it? Reschedule it for one reason or the next. And, truth be told, because of what Uranus represents, if that has been the case, you might have even looked at the situation more closely and honestly, because there might have been something that made you realize that the universe is trying to tell you something. Um, for others, for other Scorpio people, if you've been coupled, you may have felt a strong urge for freedom, like you are in prison and you have to break out. So divorce may have occurred because of especially the last couple of years while you've had eclipses in Taurus, but also because of Uranus. Uranus gives this desire for freedom. And you're going to have another lunar eclipse in Taurus in late October. So this is not over yet, but it's kind of like getting there. We're getting to the finale of these triggers to these houses. So, on the third of the month, Mercury goes into your seventh house in Taurus. And for those of you who are ending a union, you may be like signing on the dotted line, or paperwork, having some kind of legal matter to attend to that's connected to that, or it could be something completely different that has nothing to do with divorce, but something that you are dealing with. And because Mercury can be documents, paperwork, what have you. For others, you may be planning a wedding, and so Mercury could be getting all those details, getting the hall rented, doing all that stuff. Yes, it can be that extremely different, depending on the individual Scorpio and the individual Scorpio individual. On the 6th, we have a full moon at 16 degrees of Libra. Libra is a sign before you, Scorpio. So this is going to take place in your 12th house, which is a house, what came into my mind? The house of ghosts. Um, and, I would even say that your house, so the 8th house, could be the house of ghosts because it's the house of the dead, or, it's connected to death. I think of the 12th house as past lives and, karmic baggage. Um, it's also the last house in astrology, so it ends cycles. So for Scorpio people, when you have a full moon in that sign of Libra, then you're going to, it's kind of like the end of a cycle of all of the full moons going through all of the different houses. This is the house of the dream state. So your dreams can be particularly vivid or prophetic. And Scorpio, already being a water sign, suffice it to say, this could be a very psychic time for you. Um, it's a great time to let go of bad habits because the 12th house can be the house of addiction, self undoing. So, all of those good things. But it's also a house of secrets, kind of like your house. All the water houses, probably, we could say that about. And so, um, something coming out in the open about um, some kind of secrets that you have maybe been trying to kind of conceal, and or somebody else has been trying to conceal, and it comes out so that you can know about it. And when you know about it, when you have that lunar eclipse in your sign next month in that first house, you, Scorpio, will be able to, um, end a major chapter of your life in a very um, conscious sort of a way. On the 11th, Venus goes into Gemini. So now Venus is going into the house that is connected to you, the eighth house, Scorpio. And this could be money that is coming from another person, from shared resources, all of these things. And again, if you are having some kind of a legal matter, it could be inheritance related too. That's another one. But if it is something connected to, um, actually, come to think of it, it could really be that because Mars has been in Gemini for months, since, for 7 months. And now Mars is in your ninth house. But when it was in that eighth house, it could have been fighting over money. So whether it was fighting over an inheritance, or if you're getting divorced, fighting over who gets what, that kind of thing. And now could be the time when the payouts happen. This can also be for someone who is actually in a good place romantically, that you're getting very intimate with that person in terms of your romantic life, that you're really connecting with them romantically at a deep level, because obviously, the house that you rule, the eighth house, is very, very intimate. On the 19th or 20th, depending on where you live, the solar eclipse at 29 degrees of Aries. So very close to that seventh house cusp. This is the sixth house, technically. But it is forming a conjunction with the seventh house. So yeah, this can be very good for if you're looking for work. This is like really amazing for that. You may find that a lot of doors are opening up for you in terms of various job opportunities. And this can be something where it's like a whole new type of work that you're doing. And that could feel very gratifying as well, because you may feel like, hey, I'm exploring something new. And for Scorpio people, this is significant because you're a fixed sign. So it's not uncommon for you to stick with what you know, even if it's something that is outworn. You may find it very hard to kind of switch to a new thing. And so this may be doing just that, and having kind of the guts to go in a different direction. And so that can be very good just for work matters. Actually, just a few hours later, then the sun goes into Taurus, your opposite sign. So then we're talking about that seventh house, and what that can entail is all kinds of possibilities for new beginnings. Well, that would come in May, but I mean, just the emphasis on relationship matters. The next day, we have a Mercury retrograde here because, as I stated, Mercury is in that house. And this can, well, I was going to say, like, if you've been trying to plan a wedding and you keep having some kind of one thing after the other, this might be yet another snafu that is connected to plans for a wedding. Or if this is the house of clients, like your one-on-one relationships, this is something to kind of like be careful about, that you don't have misunderstandings with clients, because that could be indicated with this um, Mercury retrograde. Of course, it wouldn't be the end of the world, would it? So even if it did happen that way. So being very aware of how these things are, how they play out, is very important. So, what else did I want to say? Okay, so then also all month long, Mars is in Cancer. So I had mentioned that Mars had been in the 8th house for so long. Now that Mars is in the 9th house, some Scorpio people may be like having wanderlust, or you want to travel, you want to experience new horizons. This is Sagittarius house, so it's very expansive. So you may be doing something along those lines. If you're not doing it already, where you're just going to hop on a plane, you may be like, getting prepared for a trip, getting all your ducks in a row. Maybe you are getting active with some kind of spiritual group. Maybe you're doing yoga. Anything along those lines could be what is going on for you when Mars goes into that 9th house. But definitely, I could see some people traveling, unless this has to do with you fighting a university for some reason. I guess that's always a possibility too. But anyway, or just trying to pursue your degree very doggedly. Maybe you just have a few credits that you need, and so you're just going to go all out over the summer. It's a very short term transit. It won't last that long. But in any case, that's what I have for you. Scorpio. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.